Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Joe, of course, and in today's video, I'm going to teach you 6 advanced idioms. All right, so these are very kind of high-level idioms. There's a lot of parts to them, and I'm going to give you a test at the end of the video so you can really hold on to this knowledge. It's really important. I don't think you shouldn't learn something if you're not going to remember it. So I want to give you the test. So watch till the end and you'll see. All right. Also, if this is your first time here, I want to introduce myself. My name's Joe. I teach English to foreign students at a university in Canada. And if you want to improve your English and get better at grammar and vocabulary, speaking, everything, you should subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell down below so you can be notified every time I upload a new video or if I go live, such as right now. All right, and you can come and watch. All right, so before I get to the idioms, I want to explain something about idioms that I believe. Idioms are used by native speakers all the time. And in your language, you also have idioms that you use. And they're so common that we don't even notice that we're using them. Now, do students have to know idioms? No, you don't. If you do know idioms, then watching TV and watching movies is a lot easier for you and you can understand it and enjoy it more. If you want to use an idiom, you have to be really careful because there's a lot of ways you can make it wrong and then it kind of sounds funny. So it's probably better to learn idioms and use them for listening. You don't have to say them. You don't have to say them. There's normal, regular English ways to say words, okay? With that being said, I'm going to go over the 6 idioms now, all right? So here we go. Number 1 is getting the sack. Getting the sack. And what that means is getting fired from your job. It comes from the olden days, back when tradespeople or construction workers would use their own tools, and they'd go to a construction site and they'd bring their own tools in a sack, a bag. And if they got fired from their job, they would have to go get their sack and go home because they weren't working there anymore. So now we don't do anything about the tools, but if you're getting fired from your job, we can't say, oh no, did you hear? Steve got the sack last week. I'm afraid I might get the sack, okay? So we use it that way, all right? So that's the first one. Number 2 is the upper hand, okay? And that means to have an advantage in some situation, all right? For example, say if you're working in an office and there's 2 people that might get a promotion, you and another person, but you've been working there longer, you have more experience, and the boss seems to like you a lot more, then you have the upper hand. That means an advantage that you'll probably get the promotion over the other guy, okay? And this comes from baseball. Back when kids were playing baseball, all right, in North America, and you'd have the bat and you'd do something with your hands, you'd grab the bat and go up, and the person who got the top of the bat, they started batting first. They were the first team to go. They had the upper hand. But now it just means any advantage in any situation, okay? Let's go on to number 3. Number 3 is cold shoulder. All right, you give someone the cold shoulder. And the cold shoulder means you are being ignored by somebody. Okay, so let's imagine if my boss used to like me, but now my boss doesn't like me anymore. I lost a big sales account or something, and now my boss ignores me at meetings, ignores what I say. My boss is giving me the cold shoulder, okay? So that means to be ignored, okay? And that comes from old-time society. Excuse me. In olden days, If there was a visitor to your home, you'd certainly give them a warm meal. You'd give them something warm to eat. But if there was somebody in your house that you didn't want them to stay there, you didn't like them, you gave them something cold to eat. Okay? So hopefully they would get the hint and leave. So that's where it came from, the cold shoulder. Now it just means you're being ignored. The next one is the upper crust. The upper crust. And that means you have high status in society. High status. So you're very rich. Maybe you're a president of something. Maybe you're a movie star. Okay? So lots of people know you and you're very high class. Okay? So we'd say, oh, that person, he's a member of the upper crust. That party is only for the upper crust. Okay? The next one is sell yourself short. So sell yourself, and yourself can be changed to anything. Sell him short, sell her short, sell the country short, okay? And it means to say or think bad things about yourself or him or her, okay? So imagine, let's talk about a basketball team and say there's a player on the team and he didn't do well last game. He said, oh man, he's getting old. I don't think he can play very well anymore. And he said, hey, don't sell him short. I think he's still a great player. He can still play. So don't say bad things about him, okay? You could be, he's going to change your opinion. All right? And last one, number 6 is buy the farm. Buy the farm. Buy, B-U-Y. So pay for it and buy the farm. And this means to die, okay? If you buy the farm, you die. All right, and this comes from actually World War II. American soldiers who were in World War II, if they died in battle, the U.S. Army and the U.S. government gave their families a death benefit. So that means they gave them a settlement of money. And often that money was enough to pay for their property back in the United States. So they could pay off their house, their mortgage, or their farm. So if you buy the farm, that means you died, your family got the money, and they could pay for the whole farm. All right? Understand? So now it's not about getting money or buying any property, it's you die. Okay? Buy the farm. All right. So that's the six idioms. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera around and show you the whiteboard, and there's going to be a test. So along the top of the whiteboard, you're going to see the 6 idioms spelled out so you can see how they're spelled and what the words are exactly. And underneath there's questions. I'll give you a second to answer the questions and then I'll give you the answers. Okay? So let's turn this around. And let's adjust the camera. Sometimes this happens in live television. Oh, man. Okay, you ready? Everybody can see everything, I hope. So you can see along the top, we got the 6 idioms. And they are getting the sack, upper hand, cold shoulder, upper crust, and sell yourself short. I underlined yourself because you can put in any noun or pronoun in there. And the last one is buy the farm. All right? So now underneath, I've got 6 questions. So I'm going to read the question and show you the blank. You try and figure out which idiom goes into which blank. All right? This is going to be a fun test. I hope it's fun. Here we go. Can you remember what they mean? Number 1, my uncle is the president of his company. He is a member of the My uncle is the president of his company. He is a member of the Anybody got the answer? The right answer is upper crust. Okay, he's a member of the upper crust. Remember, that's high society, the very rich people, the top people. Okay, so upper crust is number 1. Number 2, if you keep coming to work late, I think you will If you keep coming to work late, I think you will, What do you think? Now, this one you're going to have to change the grammar a bit. The answer is you will get the sack. All right, not getting the sack, get the sack. Okay, imagine if you keep coming into work late, you will get fired. So if you keep coming to work late, I think you will get the sack. All right, that would be the answer. Number 2 is get the sack. Number 3, she was 95 years old when she finally, She was 95 years old when she finally, All right, which idiom goes in there? And remember, be careful about the grammar, because this one is she was, so it's the past tense. She was 95 years old when she finally bought the farm. You got to change the verb buy to bought, the past tense. B-O-U-G-H-T. Bought the farm. Okay, when she finally died. All right, so number 3 is bought the farm. Number 4, my girlfriend is giving me the because I didn't call her. My girlfriend is giving me the because I didn't call her. And the right answer here is cold shoulder. Yes, my girlfriend is giving me the cold shoulder, so that means she is ignoring me. All right, she's angry and she's ignoring me. So number 4 is cold shoulder. Number 5, almost finished. We have the in negotiations because they want to sell it today. So imagine somebody's trying to sell a house and you have to negotiate the price. We have the in negotiations because they want to sell it today. So the right answer is we have the upper hand. We have the upper hand, right? We have the advantage. So imagine this family wants to sell their house, but they have to sell it today. They got to move. We can offer a much lower price and they'll have to take it because we have the upper hand. We have the advantage. We've got more time. Okay, so number 5 was upper hand. And number 6, all right, it's pretty easy. You can see there's only one left, but let's read it. Don't Joe. He might seem old, but he's a fantastic English teacher. Don't Joe. He might seem old, but he's a fantastic English teacher. Yes, so the right answer is don't sell Joe short. Okay, so don't think bad things about Joe. Don't say bad things about Joe, all right? Don't sell Joe short. He's still a fantastic English teacher, even though he's super old. All right, let me turn the camera around. Hopefully get this right. All right, I'm back. All right, everybody. So that was the idioms test. I hope you did okay. And that's the end of the video. If you have any questions about any of these videos, write them down in the comments below and I'll write back to you. If you have any suggestions for future videos, write them down too. Also, always check in the notes underneath the video. I'm going to put links in there to more learning opportunities and my best tips. All right. Also, if you're not tired and you want to keep watching videos, I invite you to keep watching as many videos as you want. There's probably going to be links put in all around here. Okay. So until next time, I want to say goodbye and I hope you enjoyed it. All right.